So pardon the lawnmower running, but I'm going to have a couple videos coming up on these Hyper Toughs. One of them consists of this one that I think is noteworthy enough of doing a video on, because it's like a will it run, can I get it coming back to life kind of video. So this one, I have about 20 of them from my from my current mower lot, excuse me. Hyper Tough 20 inch, you buy them at Walmart, they're like 138 bucks. This has got 300 series Briggs on it. And there's two issues with this one, and I'm going to go through both of them, enough to make a standalone video, in addition to the mower rejects video that's probably either right before or right after this one, depending on when I get it edited, probably before, but either way. It has the white powder in the tank, which I've seen a few times. They use it to dilute the gas. But the second issue, and I checked the oil, and I think because I had it turned, but the oil is not a lot of oil in it. And it's kind of this darkish color, which means it's probably been grinding on some metal. Not the end of the world by any means, however, and this is also not the end of the world either. But let me set y'all down, and I'll show you that that it sees I can't pull it. And I've tried also turning the blade on it, and I've had no luck doing that either. So it's pretty seized. I don't see anywhere where oil is hemorrhaging out. I also don't see where the block is broken, so I think it just seized inside the engine. So we're going to try and get this thing back to life. I've done this with a Honda engine before. I'm going to see if I can do it with a Briggs. So let me get it on the lift. Actually, first, let me take off the 3 nuts here for the engine cover. 5/16 inch. You can usually get them either with a ratchet or just a little screwdriver type. And then what I might do is throw some lubricant into the cylinder to see if we can free this thing up so that we can get it to run. Alright, so I took the spark plug out. The spark plug had some oily residue and stuff on it. Like I said, I was probably pushing some oil. But what I have done is I have taken, not carb cleaner, lubricant right there. Taken the lubricant, and I've sprayed it inside the cylinder, because I've taken a half-inch wrench, or a half-inch drive socket with a 15/16 inch on it, and I was not able to move that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my rubber hammer, which I hope is in the toolbox back here. If not, I'll have to go inside and get it. Here, no, that's not it. Let me go find my rubber hammer, and then we're going to tilt this thing on its side outside, and we're going to see if we can get it freed up. So I got it outside here. The blade is turned, or the blade is on tight, so it shouldn't be going anywhere. So the mower will turn this way, so it'll turn counterclockwise on the bottom. So what I'm going to do with the rubber hammer, don't take a regular hammer, otherwise you're going to mess up your blade even more than I might be. We're going to try and hit it pretty good here and see if we can get this thing freed up. After I put the lubricant in there, make sure that you have your handle back fastened back so that the blade brake is off, and make sure you put some lubricant in the cylinder. We're going to try and give this thing the best opportunity to move as we can. so it is tight, but that did free it up for us, and I can hear some metal on metal, so that's not good. But I can hear it. I mean, you can't hear it because of the mower and because of the sound that the camera doesn't pick up, but I can hear it right there where it's real tight. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go throw some of my, I can put new oil in it if you want to put new oil in it, but I'm going to put some of my used oil in it. I don't want to use something or use oil that, I don't want to use new oil in a mower that may not run, just to test it out, or to at least get it to where it's free, make sure that it'll actually run. Sorry for the long aside there. I'm going to clean out from under the deck. I'm going to keep turning it by the blade here. Hopefully I can get it free a little bit more after I put oil in it, to the point where I can pull it with my hands with the rope. And I just realized that my blade brake came off, so that's probably where I was rubbing a little bit as well. So we'll do that. Alright, so the good news is, after I pulled the blade brake back, that's what actually was causing it to sound like metal on metal. Did not realize that got cut off. Turning nicely. So I think it just, like I said, I think it just got seized inside there. Thankfully it didn't blow out, throw a rod or anything. It just bound up from the heat. Those are the best. If you want your mower to blow up or to seize without oil, it blows up if it throws a rod or whatever. To seize without oil, you want it to just get so hot that it stops, that the friction stops it. So that's what it did. And now the next order of business, I'm going to take some pliers. I realized I had so much gas in that lawnmower. Actually, I didn't put gas in it. Somebody else did, so I'm just running it out. Before I put it in storage, I'm going to take the gas tank. I'm going to take this clip off. I'm going to take the gas line off of the carburetor. These gas lines are kind of short, so it makes it a little more difficult to get the gas line off. Just make sure you don't mess up the nipple of the carburetor nor the gas line when you do this. Just work it back and forth. Sorry, I don't think I got it on camera, but there you go. The gas tank just comes off like so, just clipped in there into like a little mounting bracket. Actually, this gas tank in particular slides into a pin right there. The older gas tanks don't do that. So now what we're going to do is, first off, we're going to dump all this wonderful white powder that's in it out. Take it to the hose, wash it out, and then we're going to air dry it. Put it in there. So there's your white powder. This one actually doesn't have a terrible amount. I've seen some of them that are just full to the brim with this stuff. So, oh wow, there's a bunch more in there. So I'm going to continue to shake this out, and I'm going to give it a good wash, and I'll come back to y'all on the other side. After I wash it, I'm going to blow it out dry with compressed air, and I'll catch y'all. We're going to look at the carburetor real quick. Alright, so I'm cleaning off the plug a little bit. Found a little bit of gas in there. Nothing, no powdery substance or anything like that, so that's good. Just going to drain this old gas out and put some new gas in. I think we can go ahead, since it's already showing that it has good compression and stuff like that. I think I'm going to go ahead and just go ahead and put new oil in it. Sometimes I don't put new oil in it whenever I'm testing things out, just because I don't want to waste it. But as you can tell, it's got good compression on it. So I'm going to go ahead, put the plug back in. It's going to leak a little bit out of the it's going to take a little bit of time to burn off the WD-40 that I put in there to get it freed up. But we'll just go ahead and put on the spark plug, put the plug wire on, put this that's plenty good. Put my carburetor back on, and I will actually put it on the wrong way. I will visit y'all when I get it all back together. It's really easy to take this off. It's just a couple of 7mm bolts. So plug this back in, and I'll get this top end back on, put some oil in it, and put the gas tank back on. We'll test it out. Alright, so I've got oil in it, I've got gas in it. Just the thing about cleaning out the gas tank, just make sure that you get all the water out of it, because you don't want the water mixing with the gas and causing running issues. It's still a little tight, but I'm going to see if we can get this thing running. I think if we can get it fired up, we can loosen it up and let it get hot. Get the oil flowing. So let me put y'all down. I'm probably going to have to use some starting fluid, since I've got some, likely have some WD-40 and stuff still in it. Maybe not. Run a little rough until it burns all the WD-40 and stuff off. But it is alive, and it's not knocking, and it's not smoking. Running the best right now. We'll come back to it in just a minute after it's warmed up. Alright, so here we are about 5 minutes later. Running good. Much better than when I left you last. If you had smell-o-vision, you could, well, none of us do, obviously, but you could smell the lubricant stuff getting burned out of the cylinder. So, I've had a few of these come in that have done this with the C's, with it being seized up because of no oil. Really easy fix. If you accidentally do it at home and you're lucky enough to where it just seizes up and binds up in there, throw your little lubricant in the cylinder, put a little oil in it, grab your 15/16 inch ratchet, turn it, grab your rubber mallet and a blade, and just hit on the blade. You might be able to resurrect it. So instead of getting no dollars for this mower, I'm going to get 80 to 90. So again, I've got a lot of customer return videos. I do Walmart customer returns all the time. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Give me some feedback. What do you like about it? What do you not like about it? Give your opinion about these cheap Hyper Tough mowers. This is just kind of, I like the channel as a forum for, you know, a couple people buy good lawn mowers. So, and I don't say these are good lawn mowers, these are just cheap. But if you take care of them, they'll give you a few years to get your money's worth out of them, I guess. Thank y'all for watching. There'll be more coming up soon throughout the season, and as I prepare for the spring.